the women's C final, the Open Women's C final, and we've got an Australian athlete in lane number 1. So I'm sure Michael Booth is all excited to cheer for Tasca Goswell, who is in lane number 1 with a Sonova board and a Brassa paddle. Lane number 2, and we've got Athanasia Karendru, let's call her Nancy Karendru from Greece. Agios Nikolaos, Greece, with the Infinity ever ready and a quick blade paddle, lane number 3. And we've got Marta Apanasovich from Poland with a quick blade paddle and an NSP Ninja board, lane number 4. And we've got Ju-Yeon Won from South Korea, geared up with starboard. We've got Greece in lane number 5 with Christiana Mesleme with a Nash paddle and a Sonova board. We've got someone missing in lane number 6. That is going to be Daniela Garcia, but we will have Eleni Vai from Greece with a quick blade paddle and an NSP Carolina under her feet, and lane number 8 is missing.
All right, welcome to your women's main event here. This is Final C, followed by Final B. And then we're going to do some open men after that. The red flag is officially moving. We do have some missing names here, so we have 6 paddlers about to show us what they have. White flag is out. All right, we have somebody down right off the bat. That was Nancy went down, and we have Marta Appenswich making a really strong start. She has that white hat out there. She has very clean water. And then we have Ju-Yeon Won in number 2, and on that far left, Tasca Goswell from Australia, currently at number 3.
Yeah, great start by Marta Apanasovich. To be honest, I'm surprised to find Marta in a C final. She is definitely a final material, so Marta Apanasovich didn't have the best of the racing in her semi, but she is clearly the leader of that C final, ahead of the South Korean Ju-Yeon Won, and it looks like the Australian Tasca Goswell is not doing badly right now. She is reaching the buoy now with the South Korean athlete Ju-Yeon Won. So Poland, South Korea, Australia, 1, 2, 3. And a big mistake by Nancy Karendru, who lost her balance at the start. She should be at the front with the other top 2 or top 3 athletes.
You know, even with that fall, though, she already is making her way back into the field. She is going from 6th right now, currently trying to overtake the number 5 position. She's still in this race. She is not out of it, even with a quick fall in the beginning. Booth, what do you make of that start there?
Well, it was clear. Marta was just away. There wasn't really anyone really challenging for that, but it was great to see Tasca out there. She had a great start, and she's from Perth in Western Australia, and there's, I think, 3 Aussies here competing this week, so she's one of them, and it's just great to see her out here. She's a big in the Perth Western Australian scene, which is where I'm from, and she's doing awesome, so big shout out to Tasca for getting over here and giving it a good crack.
So Michael, can you tell us about the state of sup racing right now in Australia? Australia used to be one of the top nations just a few years ago with some of the world's best athletes in all disciplines of sup racing, including sup surfing. What's been happening after COVID?
I think it's significantly decreased. I think the overall participation in the sport. A lot of the original guys and girls who sort of were running all the races have sort of moved on, either just with life or with going on to like different sports like foiling or wing foiling. But You know, Australia's kind of like America and Hawaii in that way. Like we're very much beach focused, and the more that the sport has gone to sort of flat water races or inland type races, like people have sort of moved away from that and they've gone to the more ocean sports. So that's probably a factor in it, but I'm not exactly sure why the sport in a way has come down a lot. Maybe the support from the federations has been a little bit low. It probably needs to pick up a little bit for more people to have more interest. But yeah, it is a bit of a shame. There was a lot of us like at that early time. Like there was Jaden Jensen, Jake Jensen. You had Lincoln Jews winning races. You know, Kelly Margetts when I first started the sport. We used to have a massive crew that used to go over Pacific paddle games, but you know, things change.
Travis Grant,
yeah,
over in Hawaii.
Yeah, there's just a different times in the sport. You sort of had that early stage where you had like, you know, the peak of the sport probably in America in 13, 14, 15, and then you sort of saw it moved more to Europe in that sort of like 16, 17, 18 period, and then it's kind of just stabilised in different places. So, fortunately in Australia, it sort of seems to have the numbers seem to decrease, but hopefully they'll pick up in the coming years. This is a strong paddle from Marta. I think as you said before, Matthew, she probably would have liked to see herself a little bit higher in these races because she's blowing this C final away.
She's just crushing it right now. There's a monster gap between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. Lots of room right here in this C final. Everybody seems very comfortable.
If we could turn down the music just a little bit, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much. It's hard to hear ourselves over here. Yeah, Marta Apanasiewicz, great paddler from Poland. Did pretty well also in the sprints yesterday. Reaching buoy number 6 right now. There's some good paddling coming from Poland, of course, with a big youth team from Rasiborg. And a couple of big international races as well, one of them being Planet Baltic, which usually takes place in August. Have you been to that one, Michael, Planet Baltic?
No, I haven't actually been over to that one. It's at the same venue that Worlds was at a couple of years ago, is it? Is that the same venue as the ICF Worlds was at in 2022?
No, I think it's a different venue, a few hours away from
I've coached many athletes who've gone over and competed at it, but no, I haven't actually made it out there myself. But it looks like a good one. I think, I just talk about like technique a little bit here. You can see the athletes that are really holding their stroke that little bit longer in the water coming into the wind are the ones that are really getting away upwind. I think that's a really strength factor that you're seeing from the athletes that are sort of at the front of these races. Whereas it seems like you can chop and have a shorter, quicker stroke going down with the wind because you've got that progression, you've got that general speed, and you're trying to maintain. But when you're going upwind, holding your paddle that little bit longer in the water, and really grinding upwind is where sort of athletes are getting away. So it's something to think about for those athletes.
Yeah, and even looking at Marta right now, she's just clean, consistent strokes, really digging that paddle in, giving it time to catch. Looking really, really good, except for that bobble right there.
Yeah, all of a sudden the current comes from the side, and you just have to change the weight and on your feet.
I haven't turned any of these buoys yet, but sometimes on the buoys, if you touch them and they don't spin and they're actually quite tight, that's when you really get caught out and you sort of have that wobble. So
they can really bounce you back.
Yeah. So be careful. You don't want to get to that
All
last turn.
right,
and
looks
fall
like
off.
we had Marta making her way across the finish line.
And then Ju Yeon-won from Korea, and a big comeback by Nancy. Caroline Drew from Crete, one of the organizers of the races on the ICF circuit this year, the Icf Sup race. Nancy Caroline Drew finishing strong in 3rd. Then another Greek athlete in 4th. And Tashka Goswell from Australia now crossing the finish line.
Yeah, what a comeback by Nancy. She fell right off the bat and said, I am not done yet. Came back to 3rd. Very impressive to see. On deck, we have the Open Women Final B coming at you very soon. Let's see who we have in the sand again. Times from that last race. Marta coming in at 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Again, not too bad for her, looking pretty relaxed through her entire paddle there.